quick video today. Um, this one, I want to talk about, while we are distracted, how 135 Republicans voted to institute red flag laws in the House, okay? National red flag laws in the House, okay? This will have nationwide implications. That means that every state will have to follow these and enforce these unconstitutional red flag laws, okay? If you're not familiar with a red flag law is, what it is basically an extreme risk protection order, basically where a family member, I don't know how deep it goes with this one. I don't know who's able to report you. Usually it's doctors or it's police officers and family members. But in California, it's it's coworkers, your boss, college professors, family, friends, the cricket that's in your garage, your manicurist, your hairstylist, your bikini waxer, your physical therapist, your personal trainer, your boxing coach, your typical hooker on the street. Let's see who else in California. The ant that crawls up your tree, the squirrels, the mosquitoes that bite your ass, the McDonald's worker, let's see who else. A motherfucker you ain't never met before, a tree, the clouds, anybody in California basically can initiate a red flag order against you. And what that does is it puts into action an unconstitutional bypassing of due process. Due process eliminated. Due process is gone. There's an ex parte hearing between a judge and the police department where they determine whether or not you're a danger to yourself or others. No psychological advice. They just bypass all that shit. And boom, they go to your house and they take your shit. Okay? So that's what a red flag law is. A red flag law allows them to go to your house after an ex parte hearing with a judge where you can't be present. You're not present. You can't face your accuser. You don't have the ability to defend yourself. It's not innocent until proven guilty. That's basically what it is. And thanks to Donald Trump, this has been set in motion. All right. See, there are a lot of things they do years in advance of what they wanted to work for. You see, after the shooting in Florida, I forgot the Marjorie Stone Douglas. I forgot the particular name of that mass shooting. Right. Donald Trump said he likes take the guns first, due process second. Okay, and then on the White House website, they gave the states the proper legal ways in which they could initiate red flag laws in their state. Dan Crenshaw, during the Trump administration, runs around the country talking about how great red flag laws are. We're talking about a Navy SEAL, a combat veteran, highly decorated, who signed a dotted line and swore to uphold and defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic, at least 2 different times. The first time as a soldier, first time as a military person, the second time as a congressperson. This guy wipes his ass with the Constitution. You see, I don't give a fuck about his service. I don't care how many Hajis he killed. I don't care about none of that. I don't care how decorated. I don't care how he got his eye blown out. I don't care if he got fucked in the eye by a Haji or if it a motherfucking shrapnel from IED did it. I don't give a fuck. Fuck Dan Crenshaw. He is a bitch who is going for your rights. And he goes around the country talking about red flag, justifying, okay, justifying how, justifying the unconstitutionality of it. Just straight bitch made. You see, this is the thing with red flag laws. Everybody thought they were pushing this law, they were pushing that law, universal background checks, which died. All these different background checks in Congress. And what did the Senate? Oh, we can't. That's a violation of the Second Amendment. Oh, we can't do that. Republicans in the Congress acting like they wasn't gonna stand for our rights to keep and bear arms to be violated. Oh no, we can't. No, ghost gun laws. No, we can't have that. No, we can't have that. No, didn't pass that either. But all of a sudden, here comes the red flag law. Here comes the Red Flag Law Act, where they can individually strip an individual of their rights to keep and bear arms. One person at a time. They can, one person at a time, based on hearsay, based on unfounded hearsay out there in the streets. From whether it be from your family, whether it be from friends. Let me tell you something about family. You think family is loyal, right? You would think family is loyal, but piss a motherfucking family member off. That's petty. That's what happened in Washington, D.C. As soon as Washington, D.C. passed their red flag law, or Maryland, I'll say. Maryland passed their red flag law. Somebody's niece called the cop. Oh, he was talking. They had an argument at a party. She didn't like that shit. So she called the police on his ass. Cops came to get his shit. He said, fuck off. I'm not about to give you my firearm because I had an argument with my niece. I don't know what the argument was about. I don't have any of the context in regards to that. Hell, he could have molested her all her life. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what their argument was about. But the bottom line is, if she had an issue with the uncle, she should have went about it a different way. If she was, you know what I'm saying? And not only that, if she has an accusation to launch against him, there's a such thing called due process, right? Due process and habeas corpus and all that shit, where a person has the right to defend themselves against any accusations before they suffer any punishment for it. But the red flag law, that's not the first time and not the first law and not the first instance in which your right to due process is completely eradicated. Civil asset forfeiture, which Trump is also for. Trump is pro civil asset forfeiture, pro red flag law, pro take the guns first, due process second. So they take your gun first. And while you're going through due process, you don't have your right to keep and bear arms, even though you didn't even commit a crime, wasn't even accused of committing a crime. Somebody said, you know what? This guy owns a gun over here, and he might be dangerous. He was loud one day. He was talking shit to me. He sounded very angry. Oh, he was being anti-government. Oh, he said some anti-government shit. Oh, therefore, you guys need to go to his house and take his shit. There's no law against talking shit against the government. There is no law that says that we can't talk shit about the government, that we can't talk shit about a politician, that we can't talk shit about the cops. There's no law against that. I can say fuck the police, fuck a congressperson, fuck a president all day and night. I have that right, which is protected by what? The First Amendment. There shall be no law abridging our right to free speech, to assemble, to practice our religion, and religion shall not dictate what goes on, blah, blah, blah. Y'all get the gist. But, oh, well, you know, then they come up with this shit. Well, you can't yell fire in a movie theater. Or you can't yell shot or something like that in an airport. Oh, you can't say anything you want. No, you can't. You just can't. Why not? You should be able to say, and that's why they made that fucking law. That's why they made that an amendment. There shall be no laws. I don't understand what these people don't understand about that. There shall be no law. There shall be no law. There shall be no law. I don't care about yelling fire in the movie theater. If you yell fire in the movie theater and people just start to automatically trample and scream and riot because they heard fire and they're not looking around to assess the situation to see what's going on. Do I smell smoke? Do I see flames? Before they start just... what I say should not affect you in that manner. You should be able to... Just because people are stupid and fearful and act on impulse like dumbasses, if I should be able to yell fire in the movie, yes, I goddamn well should. I should be able to say anything I want short of threatening someone in their face directly with some sort of physical sign that I might attack. You understand what I'm saying? Like, the Amazing Lucas threatened my kids, threatened to attack my children, threatened to attack me. I could call the police on his dumb ass and say, yo, this dude made terroristic threats towards me and my family. I could rightly do that. But because I believe in free speech, and I'm not going to call the police on someone for even making a threat toward my family over a fucking YouTube screen. That's how much I believe in free speech. He has the right to threaten my children through a YouTube screen when he's far away and he can't get to me. And I also have the right to, when I see his monkey ass, elbow him in his jaw and unhinge it. That's just my right, because I feel threatened and I will handle any threat that comes my way myself. I'm not going to call the police. You have the right to say that, but keep that same energy when you see me. That's how I feel about even threats. If a person threatens you and they're not physically right there in front of you and it doesn't look like they're about to attack, they have the right to issue a threat. I mean, people do it all the time. And that's how that's how much for freedom I am. That someone like the coward Lucas can threaten my children and I would not call the police on him and get him arrested for terroristic threats, or even have his channel taken down by YouTube. I could have done that. I could have flagged his dumb ass for threatening my children. That is an option when you want to flag somebody's video. They could have went there and saw that. They could have hit him with a community guideline strike. I didn't even do that. I allowed him to say that dumb shit out of his mouth and proceeded to say, okay, come meet me here, come meet me there, and we can get it popping. That's where I took it. But that's how strongly I believe in our freedoms. That's why I don't fuck with politicians. That's why I don't hinge my rights on what politicians do in a fucking chamber. Okay? When they get, well, they used to make $170,000 a year. They just got a raise. Okay? They just got a raise. They just gave themselves a stimulus package. Anyway, it had no problem passing that. Had no problem passing the Congress stimulus package so they can get more money. To do what? To take more of our freedoms. But this is the bottom line. If you rely on a politician to get shit cracking for you, it's time to wake the fuck up. This should be your wake-up call. 135 Congress people, 135 Republican, they're supposed to be on your side. I'm talking to Republicans. They're supposed to be for the people, right? They're supposed to be limited government, or the stat and the third. They're supposed to believe in conservatism. They're supposed to believe in self-reliance and self-sufficiency. How's it self-reliant? If you don't like somebody, you can call the police and tell them, and having a red flag initiated on somebody based on hearsay. We'll see what happens in the Senate. They need 60 votes. But don't be surprised if they get those 60 votes. And now we got red flag laws. They won't need any other law. They won't. They won't need, if they pass this red flag law, they won't need any other law in regards to the Second Amendment, going against the Second Amendment. They already have 20,000 on the books. This is enough. Because they know they can't just blanket take people's shit away. But they can take people's shit away one individual at a time. And guess what? It's an ex parte hearing, right? That means when they come take your shit, you don't even know who your accuser is. You don't have the right to face your accuser with these red flag laws. So how do you know there is an accuser? Think about that. You're going to just trust them to say, oh, somebody said that you were being dangerous and you were waving this around, doing all this shit and do this, that, and third. You're going to just believe. Don't put it past them to use this to just randomly take people's shit and say, well, somebody here said that you were doing this, that, and the third. Be prepared, because they can go into your Facebook, they can go into your YouTube, they can go into all that and look at some shit. Into any anti-government shit. You say you got a weapon, you're a prepper. They can go all into all these prepper groups on YouTube or on Facebook. Oh, look at all these preppers. Oh, they got this firearm. Anybody posting pictures of their weapons. You're giving them everything they need to take your shit. And they've been collecting and compiling this shit for years before these red flag laws. Now they have these red flag laws. And they can say, somebody saw you posting your little firearm on Facebook and you talk mad shit to them and they think that you're a threat. So we can come to get your shit. And what can you say? Well, you posted that shit on Facebook, right? You posted it on Facebook. It could be any one of your Facebook friends that initiated this red flag order. And they don't have to tell you who it was. And they can make you wait for a trial or whatever. They can do this assessment, hold your shit for a year. Oh, you got to go through all these hoops just to get your shit back. If you can get your shit back. So you gave them everything they needed to use against you. They can say, well, how do you know no one initiated this red flag order that you know? You have this posted on, don't you have firearms posted on Facebook? Aren't you in this prepper thingy posting this damn thing? Listen, they have everything they need now. If it goes through Senate, all they need is this red flag law to go through, and then they'll just go take your shit one by one, and not one person at a time, because they have all these they have all these law enforcement organizations that can just, guess what? They can do hundreds of people at once. All they have to do is use law enforcement. I think Florida had initiated a red flag law, and then within like a few months, it was like thousands of firearms confiscated based on that red flag law. Thousands within a few months. If it's nationwide, imagine how many people can get their shit taken in a few months. While we were distracted by what? And I remember somebody asking me the question, well, do you think the Gabby Petito situation is a distraction? Well, clearly it was. Because during the same week when that was such a hot topic, that's when they were passing these red flag laws through the Congress, through the House. Gabby Petito was a distraction. Not to say that what happened to her really didn't happen to her. What I'm saying is they used it. Gabby Petito, Nicki Minaj, Trump's fucking audit and tech in Arizona, all this other shit. All these things they were using, just stupid bullshit that doesn't matter. Not saying that Gabby Petito's death was bullshit and stupid, but what bearing does it have on, why is it such nationwide coverage? Why is it so sensationalized? Now we know. It's always something. Sleight of hand. I'm ready to cover you guys' comments, then I got to get out of here. James Miller says red flag law is equivalent to no knock warrants. Yep. No, no, not. Yeah, basically. Problem with that is they are currently making laws violating the First Amendment. Yeah, it's they're going all across the board. Yeah, these Republican Congress, they're full of shit. They're all full of shit. All these, fuck that, fuck all these politicians. Fuck the left, fuck the right, fuck all of them. They're all tyrants. He tried his best to save this channel and didn't bother to show up to you for a fight. Yeah, he's a punk. Jimmy Newton says, hell, I even call him out too, and this coward blocked me. They're scared of opposition. These people are, listen, if you have a content creator, oh, I'm getting a cramp. Hold on. I'm getting a fucking cramp over here. If you have a if there's a content creator, that they have content like mine where they cover controversial topics, you're going to have controversial opinions coming into your comment section. If you block everybody that challenges you, that shows you, that shows you how cowardly they are. They're not going to ride for nothing. They're not going to ride for you. Jimmy Newton says, the day after he threatened my kids, I told him, hey, since you're acting all tough lately, are you going to kick the definition of anarchy's ass? Oh, you called him? You actually called in and said that? What an idiot. His fans start calling you an idiot. These people are crazy. Cult of personality. Kong versus Godzilla is Chinese propaganda? What? Bruce Basic Trainer says, I think Trump is CIA, who acts like he loves the base. He don't love shit. He's secretly tracking everything in his pages. He don't even need to be CIA. No one needs, the CIA the CIA don't need to do no work no more. We put everything out there. Even me and my views and my stance of going to government and all that shit, and me being a veteran, I am putting myself out there. You know what I'm saying? Stupidly as it might seem, but I feel like somebody needs to speak the fuck up. Somebody needs to speak up and say what the fuck is going on, or else we're all just going to stay stuck on stupid. You know what I'm saying? People need to speak out, and that's why people like me, we know what's up. I'm no real threat to the government. They're not going to come for me. I know that, but, you know, shit, man. No, it's not a money counter. Old head deuce. It is a percussion massager, and it works wonders. Exactly, a ninja shall not be infringed. And Clothespins channel. Who's Clothespins? Oh, what's up, Michael Swanson? I ain't seen you in a minute. Oh, hey, dudes, I don't care about Dems or Republicans. PSYOP coming soon. Yep. Jay with Open Eyes says, I feel like a lot of businesses are bluffing when they threaten to fire you for not getting jabbed, which is why they give you the deadline to make you think about it. Yeah, you just got to stand on your nuts. Because if it's serious, why wouldn't they just fire you on the spot? Because they don't really believe in it. No, it wasn't. Oh, hey, dudes, what you talking about, man? I ain't never been on Hokey Pokeys. Ever. I hadn't had... The last time I had a Hokey Pokey was when I was in the Army. And they make you get them. That when you stand in that line and get jabbed. You stand in line. Boom, boom, boom. You get jabbed. No, I ain't never been on Hokey Pokey. Clothespins called Idiot Lucas about how Hong Kong versus Godzilla is Chinese propaganda. Oh, Lucas called him? Or Clothespin called Lucas? Oh, got it. I got you. Michael Swanson said, I had the Rona. My wife had it too. And a stroke. Oh, my, I'm sorry to hear. Yeah, hospital. Were you GMO'd? Were you guys or no? Michael Swanson. I'm glad you're better, man. TDOA, excuse my drunkenness. No, you have been on my helmets before, Kobe. Oh, okay. That's crazy. You weren't jabbed, Michael? Well, I'll tell you what. According to, and I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, none of that. YouTube, I'm not any of that. I'm just telling you what the studies say. The studies, they're not peer-reviewed yet, just so y'all understand. The studies out of Israel, which aren't peer-reviewed yet, have shown that you could have your natural immunity is like 13 to 26 times stronger than Hokey Pokey immunity. So you probably have a great shield against getting the Modelo 19 in the future, Michael Swanson, and your wife. Michael Swanson said, I stayed home, no jab. I got to see her twice now. Oh, good. Good for her, man. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that she pulled through. Jimmy Newton said, also in Australia, police are now shooting people with live ammunition. How on earth is this caring about people's lives? It's not. It's not. If they're shooting people, might as well release people to do whatever they want. And that's another thing. China can just go around and shooting people that don't comply. Oh, Australia, my bad. In Australia, I need to look that up. In Australia, they can just willy-nilly shoot people that don't comply because no one has the right to keep and bear arms there. You can't, some arms. But, you know, the rifles, they gave that up. They gave up their rights, man. They figured, oh, well, we don't have a Second Amendment. I guess we don't have the right. Don't ever go for that misconception. Michael Swanson, that's crazy. See, perfect example. Michael Swanson had the Modelo 19, got over it. His wife is getting over it. But people want him to get the Hokey Pokey anyway. You have immunity against it now. You have strong immunity against it. Stronger than if you got the Hokey Pokey. So people are stupid. As I said before, Second Amendment is in case First Amendment doesn't work. The Second Amendment protects all the other amendments. You ain't got no other. You might as well throw every other amendment out the window once you give up the second. Zoma Z says, I'm a student in medical field and trying for me to get it. I'm not getting it. That's what's up, Zoma. Stand on your nuts. Like I said. And if you're a lady, stand on your nuts anyway. Stand on your nuts. If you don't want to get it, and you've done the research and you talk to your doctor and you determine that you don't want to get that shit, just do what you want. As you know, talk to your medical professionals. Don't listen to people like me. You know, like I said, I'll put the information out there that I know about. You know, I'll give you whatever. But use your common sense and go with what you and your doctor say. This is all I can say about it. Don't let these people that aren't you try to shame you into getting something that you don't want to get done. All he do said, let's admit white gun right privileges will save more blacks than government. Facts. Exactly. Move like water. People don't understand that. But, you know, I would have called you a coon about 10 years ago if you'd have said that to me. Jimmy Nguyen says, I got it, but no way on earth am I getting a third shot. I heard that, especially too much modified can screw my body up for good. Exactly. People don't understand that. It's except for the Johnson & Johnson. Apparently Johnson & Johnson is not mRNA. It's like a regular vaccine. So, but still. Oh, hey, dudes, I got to get off in a minute. I can't debate you right now, man. We got to do it on on StreamYards where you can actually come up on the panel. We'll do it, but not today. Michael Swan said, I've been taking care of all the responsibilities, remodeling my room. My wife cannot move her left side still, so we may have to sell and buy a bigger house. Oh, man. She was facing through. She was facing that. She pulled through 100%. Well, I'm so glad about that, man. That's what's up, Michael. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad y'all pulled through. You know, much love and respect to y'all, man. Anyway, I'm going to get off of here. I just got home. I got to get in there with my kids. Like, share, subscribe. Hey, I forgot who asked me if the Gabby Petito thing was a distraction. Yeah, it was. You were right to think so. So, much love. Peace out. Yeah, Michael, I'm looking forward to any content you might put up. Y'all go check out Michael Swanson's channel. He got some funny stuff on there. He had the Modelo 19 to pull through. His wife had the Modelo 19. Went a bad way for a little bit, but she pulled through, and hopefully she'll get 100% recovery. And much love and respect to everybody. Peace out, y'all. Later, Lucas. All right, man. Bye.